5 hours of summer, once a week. Hey, 5 hours of summer, one Saturday morning.
Oh, se fue más en la venga, better than the home. Oh, God, I do that every time. I'm always going back to Coming to America or Lion King. This ain't neither one of them. This is Black Panther. Black Panther. Oh, welcome back to Color Commentary, where we give you views from a different side. I, of course, am your host, Rashad, and I'm joined by my compadre, Zimbabwe, Rhodesia.
What's up, guys? What's up, guys? What's up, guys? Chuck Taylor here. Yes, this is I don't even know what to say about this one. This one been kind of hard. We had to wait on this review here, so bear with us. Brother is gone, and this is a very good trailer, but it's very sad. Had me tearing up a little bit. But yeah, make sure you guys like and subscribe. One of y'all in your lives. Definitely want to give you our feedback on this one.
You're going to see some men's emotions today, y'all. Men's emotions today. See how men really feel.
How really feel.
All right, Mr. Chuck Taylor, why don't you go ahead and break it down, sir? We're going to go ahead and talk about our feelings on the trailer, and then let's go ahead and put our 2 cents in. How many cents you got? I got a quarter, so I got 25 cents. How many cents?
I got 1.5 cents.
We got 26.5 cents on recasting T'Challa. All right, well, let's go ahead and start with the trailer first. Go for it, sir. What do you think? Black Panther 2.
The trailer was a tough trailer. I ain't gonna lie. As soon as I saw it, I was like, immediately was sad and like just. I don't know, because it's been such a while since we kind of already talked about Chadwick Boseman's passing and not being T'Challa, so as well. But I was like, and we always been trying to speculate what they're gonna do with this movie. It's like, oh man, this is gonna be, a very emotional movie. Even I'm thinking like the characters that the characters that were in the movie with him, like doing another movie without him. Like, that's I'm sure that was tough. Mm-hmm. But just giving the darn trailer was amazing. Like it was beautiful. Song, I mean, it definitely, hands down, Black Panther always has the best soundtrack. We know why. But yes, Ryan Coogler and whoever does the music and all the people that's working on this thing, they know how to make how the visual effects, the videography, whatever that's called, all that stuff that they do was amazing. And the way they cut this up, and it was, you could hear the "Don't Cry."
No Woman Don't Cry. Bob Marley.
Yeah. Bob Marley sings that, and then how it jumps into Kendrick Lamar's "We're Gonna Be All Right," and then I was like, "Bruh, y'all hitting." Like this whole thing right here is just it feel like the movie already. Like this is better than most movies we've seen this year. This trailer,
right?
This is amazing. And
the trailer is already better than Love and Thunder.
yes. Again, I saw that the other day, and I need to go change my review because Jesus. Yeah, I'm starting to feel how other people feel now about Thor: Love and Thunder.
Are you joining me? Where I kept saying the more I thought about it, the more it kind of started to go down.
Yeah, my kids didn't even like it. It was like, yeah, I don't really like to store that. It's like, dang. It's like, oh god. Anyway, back to what's the most important. Black Panther here, but yeah, and you got to see Namor in here, and it like gave you like a backstory in like 2 minutes of like what's kind of going on, just like all this different stuff we trying to figure out, and then it ends over here with the scene right here with, oh, we got a new Black Panther. Like, who's the Black Panther? And that's just everybody speculating if it's Okoye, Shuri, or Nakia. You know, if it's one of those three,
or
if
Killmonger
it's somebody
possibly.
else, or it's Killmonger come back in because it's the gold black and gold suit.
Bro, whose cheeks are these?
Yeah, so
Okay.
I'm just
Ryan, whose cheeks are these?
who's cheap. But you know how Marvel be doing stuff though. Like they know how to like fake us out. Like they literally for Infinity War,
scene won't
literally
even
had
be
a
in the
whole
movie.
scene of a movie.
That scene won't even be
They
in the
won't
movie.
be in the movie. Like they could have just been. This could be Killmonger right here, but they may have stretched his legs out, his arms, make him look more feminine, like a woman's arms, like just to throw us off. But when we get to the movie theater, he all swole up. I'm like, dang, that don't look nothing like the trailer.
Mhm.
Yeah, because that won't in there. We just put you know what they probably did? They probably Ryan Coogler probably just did like a bunch of different videos. Like, no, I don't even think the cast knows who Black Panther gonna be. They probably did. They probably did a one with Killmonger, one with Shuri, one with Okoye. All y'all might be. Nobody knows who the real Black Panther is gonna be.
Mhm.
So we don't know.
Okay.
You look frozen, Rashad. You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm trying to figure out who that girl is behind you. I thought I knew who that was. I thought it was Nakia, but that's definitely not Lupita. So who is that behind you, above you? It's not Okoye. Is that a new character?
Yeah. That's Shuri.
That ain't no Shuri.
That's Shuri right here. Here.
That ain't no Shuri, bro.
Yes, it is. That's at the funeral. She has the white on when they're doing the funeral.
Dang, sadness make her look old.
Well, it has been quite a bit of time since the last movie.
But she looks
and then
like
I heard she put on some you know how the guys on YouTube they look at all the videos, so you tell that she put some muscle on because her shoulders were broader. She had more meat.
I don't think that's her, man. Because you can see her when she's dapping Riri Williams, and that doesn't look like her to me.
That is her. Go look at the video. That's definitely her. You will see her face right there.
Okay.
That's why it's on this video, because they're trying to figure out who's the Black Panther on this picture.
And who is that? Can two people figure
the other
out?
one?
No, I'm talking about the one you talk about. Go ahead, man. I'm going to interrupt your time like you always do to me.
Yes, during my time. But yeah, I was. I mean, the whole everything about the you know, the trailer was just beautiful. Definitely just had me feeling, you know, different feelings. Like, you know, I was sad, I was excited, I was, you know, happy, I was like, what's going on? I'm upset on certain things. It's like,
Right.
So it's a lot to unpack with this, and you know, I'm not eager to see it. I can wait. I'll be okay waiting till November. I don't need. This is not one that I want to rush to. I'm not just. When it gets here, we're gonna see it. But I ain't like, let me see it now. Because you're gonna have a lot of different feelings and reactions with this one. And they just going to watch a movie.
November is a good time for this to come out. You know, since we've kind of have had, like we had April and then July, it's like they're kind of back to back, plus the TV shows and stuff. So kind of giving us some time to kind of just not Marvel, at least as far as the movies are concerned, just for a few months. I mean, at least 4 months, I think is a good period of time for us to come in really wanting to see the movie. I'm with you, man. So I've only watched the trailer 2 times. And the first time I watched it, I was just sad. You know? I've never watched the trailer before and for a movie and been sad. And the thing about it is because the way the trailer is made, it's like seeing all of the spokes on the wheel, but the center is missing. Because every character that they focus on at the beginning is a huge part of Black Panther's life. You know, Okoye, Nakia, Shuri, Ramonda, you know, they're all around him. So when you see all of them and they're all grieving, it just immediately points to the fact that, God, he's missing. He's the main character from this story, and he is blatantly missing from it. And it was just, I was like, man, I couldn't even appreciate the trailer the first time and everything that was happening in it. Like I missed everything that happened in the trailer the first time, other than like, casually seeing, Namor and that type of stuff. But the most part, my main feeling was like, I was just sad, man. It's like, gosh, like, why did this, like you said, why did this have to happen? It's just, we finally had a movie, that was kind of dedicated to us, something where we didn't have to be thugs in a movie. We didn't have to be slaves in a movie, but we could be, real superheroes, you know what I'm saying? Like, and all of our own people and all of that stuff, it's just amazing what Black Panther did, for us as a people. We really latched on to it. And it's just, gosh, it's so sad that this had to happen. You know what I mean? Doubly, we're sad that Chadwick Boseman died, who was an amazing talent. But it's also sad that, in a way, we don't know what's going to happen, but the character of T'Challa, the Black Panther, is dead as well. And we're going to talk about that. So that was sad. A lot of people I have seen have kind of complained about women taking the forefront in this movie. I think that's perfectly okay, because there was a secondary theme to the original Black Panther movie, and that theme is behind every strong man is a strong woman, or a strong black man is a strong black woman, because that's literally what happened. Because Ramonda, Shuri, and Nakia, they after we think Black Panther's dead the first time, they go and try to do their best in order to carry on, and they see him and they bring him back, with the thing. So without him being there, all of the pieces that were there, they were all women. Just about everybody that was supporting him, just about, other than, because it definitely wasn't, Killmonger wasn't supporting him. Definitely wasn't your boy from Get Out. He turned up. You couldn't bring back my boy. Psh, we friends, but I'm done with you after like one day. Your boy had his back though. Yeah, eventually. Yeah, after he almost killed him the first time.
No, I'm talking about M'Baku.
That's who I'm talking about. M'Baku tried to kill. Remember, he tried to kill Chadwick Boseman himself.
That was doing ritual.
He wasn't trying to kill him, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it was. He didn't. He wanted to test him, because you ain't gonna just leave. Can't keep your own father. I say, no, that type of line.
Oh,
yeah, check. He had to check.
So to me, it just makes sense that the women would play more of a role. And to me, we were all happy. We were all okay with women playing the secondary role here. We were okay with the Adora Milaje doing their thing. Oh, that's cool as long as we got the black dude in charge. It's all good. Y'all can do y'all roles. So I'm okay with that. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean I don't want Black Panther to be Black Panther. Don't get that twisted. I want to make sure I'm clear on that. I want Black Panther, T'Challa, to be Black Panther. And again, we're going to talk about that. But the second time I watched the trailer, I felt completely different. I actually had the chance to actually experience the trailer and see what was in it. And I was like, this is great. Like, this is a really good trailer. Like, by the time I got to the end and the way the music kind of came together and it was accelerating and the visuals were coming together, I was like, wow, I'm excited to see this. And the story, like you said, that they were telling with Namor, like you see him, I guess he's born, because you see the two people on the water and you see the umbilical cord with the baby. And then you see, I never noticed there were blue people in the trailer the first time. That's how sad I was. I didn't even see the blue people, y'all. And you see one scene where it's like a young Namor standing in front of something that's on fire. And then you see him again, much bigger, walking, out of the water. And then the best scene so far, when you see him, he's got his mustache and he's looking up and he's like, he's got that look. I'm okay with the mustache now, because I was not feeling the mustache, but I might be okay with that, because he's the
hairless wonder.
Yeah, because Namor. The thing about Namor, Chuck, you may not know a lot about Namor. He's not the most popular comic book character, so you may or may not know about him. But Namor he's not an asshole. He is the asshole. Okay, He flips back and forth between being a good guy and a bad guy all the time. It just matters whether or not how he feels about you and what you're doing with Atlantis. You don't care about our friendships. It's all about Atlantis. It's like Wakanda, but to the extreme. He is a jerk, bro, and that's how he should come off all the time. He is not a nice person. He'll do the right thing from time to time, but he is not a nice person. And Black Panther and Namor got major beef, bro. Black Panther stabbed that mug in the chest and left him for dead. So, I'm very interested to see what's going to happen here. I got a theory, though, y'all. Y'all want to hear what the theory is?
Theories!
So, these cheeks here, they could possibly belong to Nakia. So, if you look at Nakia right there. That's right, I can't point to your screen. Point to her, point to Nakia. Yes, there you go. Glad you know who her name is. So if you look at the very first scene in the movie, you see Nakia, right? That's the very first thing you see. I don't think anybody has pointed out what she's wearing. She's wearing green, which is much more like some of what you would see some of the underwater people would wear. And also, if you look off to the corner, there's a pyramid over there, like over her right-hand shoulder, which to me seems to invoke the fact that somehow she's over there with the Atlanteans. Now, Nakia in the comics is not a hero. She's actually she's a bad guy. I don't know nothing about Nakia, but I know from watching YouTube videos that she is. So it could be that this is what takes her over the edge and makes her a bad guy. And so that's not Black Panther there. That's the new Killmonger. That's one theory, is the fact that those are her cheeks, and that she's going to fight Shuri or fight whoever she needs to fight in order to do her version of saving Wakanda. So that's one theory. The other theory is the fact that this could actually be the real Killmonger, and the fact that Shuri comes in, right? And then something happens to Shuri, right? Because, Ramonda's like, my whole family's dead, so apparently something happens to Shuri, right? And then, so they bring in Killmonger. Perhaps Shuri is responsible for bringing him in. And then Killmonger does his thing. Maybe he brings in Namor, takes Namor down. But then he's like, all right, cuz, nah, he does. I'm going to show you how to really do this. And so now Shuri's got to come back and actually take the throne again from Killmonger, which to me I would be okay with that. I kind of like the idea of her having to earn the spot of Black Panther against her own mind, against her own doubts, and also against her biggest threat. I might be okay with that. But we're still going to talk about recasting T'Challa or not. What do you think about those theories, sir? You think they're plausible? Do you have your own theories?
They're your theories. They're interesting.
Nakia's cheeks here. That's the question.
Nakia, I don't think.
I'm sorry. Before you say one other thing, when you see her whole body from all the way down to her butt, and that butt that you see looks very much like this butt here. That was the smoking gun, y'all. It's the butt shape.
No, watch those be Killmonger's cheeks. You be like, dang, I've been looking at Killmonger's cheeks for 3 months.
It's because they altered them digitally, like you said.
Oh, that's gonna be hilarious. Yeah, it's a lot of theories on this one. I guess my theory is that I think is what is it when it's like a coup? Is that when they start a disturbance in a stable government or something? Right. Overthrow it, put somebody else in charge.
Like a January 6th insurrection.
Yeah, like that. So I kind of think it's something like that, but I think that they're going to use Dr. Doom. I think he's going to play a part in this movie. Maybe like the end credit scenes that we find out that he's kind of behind the scenes doing stuff, because I think he wants to eliminate these two powerful nations that could stop him from being, stop his nation, because it's vibranium technology, and then Atlantis has, underwater has the oceans and everything. So they get them to fighting each other, and he can come in there and take control. So I'm kind of thinking that they're being manipulated by some other higher power, or some other power that they're about to bring into the Marvel universe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that they're going to make Nakia a bad guy. I would not want them to, even though she was maybe a bad guy in the comics. Don't care.
Bro, we got to get it out the way so we can get Storm in there. Okay, we got to get it out the way so we can go ahead and get Storm.
Well, there's no T'Challa unless they're going to have another T'Challa, a baby, or they're going to speed rush his growth, and they're going to start the X-Men young. And then they're gonna meet them. In this particular world, that's how it's gonna happen. He can be like Miss Marvel's age, the new teen Avengers. But yeah, I don't really know. It's so much going in. If they kill somebody else,
it's about to be Lucas from Stranger Things underneath the mask.
I'm the new T'Challa. Like, how did you get so old? What is this time period?
Max. Sorry, guys.
But yeah. So I'm thinking. I think Killmonger is going to play a big part in this movie somehow. Because I'm all about the women empowerment and stuff, but I understand that they like money. I'm gonna just be completely. Disney likes money.
Okay.
And the reason why they did not have a lot of female-led movies before Captain Marvel was because they were not bringing a lot of money in.
Okay.
I'm not trying to be sexist or anything. I'm just being just facts. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is more geared to men. I know now women watch Marvel and stuff too. I understand. We all have our things. More men like sports than women. At least the sports like football and basketball. So they gear stuff more to that audience because that audience is going to spend their money to watch and be entertained.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe that they're going to take a $1.3 billion, franchise and just give that to untested characters. Yes, we're going to give a tribute, but behind all that tribute and behind all that posture that they want to do, they want to make $1 billion with this film at least.
Right.
So they got to make sure that they leave this franchise in hands that people are going to keep wanting to come and watch them. Mm-hmm. Because one thing, Marvel does not have those heavy hitters like they did before with their movies.
Okay.
They're still looking for a Robert Downey. They don't have a Chris Evans anymore right now. Tom Holland's cool, but they got to split that with Sony. And he's on his third film already, so he's about to kind of probably wash out and maybe just be in Avenger movies or such and such down the road. I'm not sure about him. Doctor Strange, we're seeing that second movie is not, making the money that they thought it would. Thor, people are getting tired of Thor. They're getting tired of Wakiti, whatever his name is, on how he's writing his Thor, because the movies are getting stupider and stupider, and they're not really good to rewatch.
Okay.
So people are probably not going to go out there and pay a lot of money to see the next Thor again because this one wasn't what we thought it would be.
Okay.
It didn't keep up with the third one, right?
Okay.
Guardians of the Galaxy is about to end, and only thing they got is Ant-Man. Ant-Man never has been a big money-making franchise. I think they barely hit over $500 million if they hit that. So I'm trying to think of what do they have.
You got Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi is still
Disney Plus. Disney Plus shows, and that's about it.
Eternals about to hit $1 billion. The next Eternals movie. I did not see an Eternals movie on the
No,
on the
Eternals
playlist.
is not even part of it. Let's see.
We would never get an explanation
my main point. Huh?
We're never gonna get an explanation for that face on the earth. That's just Eternals. Don't worry about that.
From my face.
No, yeah, the face on the side of the earth. Yeah, we never. That don't worry about that.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. But what I'm trying to say is that we need a black male lead. Okay, we need somebody that we can gather and we will go see. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that I'm nervous about their direction when it comes for the actual character itself, because I really think it's important to show a black male figure that's a king. You know, I'm never seen that. That made me feel so proud, and it just, I hate that we always have to be the culture that has to, oh well, you know, women can do this just as bad as men, but that we know that that's not necessarily the way things are supposed to be. Like, why can't we have both? You know, every other culture gets as a male star, or you know, they see a strong woman, they see a strong man. They got lots of different images that they can look at and, you know, help build their self-image or their confidence or things that they can grow into. Okay. We always like, oh well, we got drugs, we got slavery, we got broken homes, we got a sports figure here that with a single parent. That's all we get to look at, and that's all we get to be. Or we got somebody that's a single dad that has to do it all by themselves, or pulls up by his bootstraps. So, like, we can never just have it all like everybody else, like a lot of the other cultures. And that's why I don't want us to miss out on that, you know. So I wouldn't mind seeing another T'Challa. If they want to rename a T'Challa, have whatever they want to do, they need to have T'Challa in there. There's a lot of story that needs to be told with T'Challa. Okay. And I don't think that they can just take them out and then completely just cut off the character completely, and then we just completely just go over here to this other side. I'm like, they wouldn't have did this if Iron Man. No, I wouldn't want anybody else to pass away. But if Robert Downey would have passed away at the first or second one, they would have recast him. It would have been another Iron Man coming out. They wouldn't have just said no. Captain America, no, they would have definitely. They wouldn't have just went and had no Falcon be Captain America, or they wouldn't have had a female Captain America. They would have found another Captain America. He would have been out there. So if they would do that for their characters, and please do that for our characters so we can see the story. And our kids can see the story too.
Gotcha. Okay. So for me, I'm not necessarily so caught up on it. It has to be a black male in particular. However, for me, the bigger thing is just like you said, the character of T'Challa himself. That character is the very first black superhero. So there are years and years and years, decades of the first black superhero. I have a question that we don't want to throw away.
Before you go.
Yes, go ahead.
Why do you keep saying that?
Huh?
Why do you keep saying that?
Why do I keep saying what the first black superhero?
You don't believe it has to be a black male character, but it has to be T'Challa. Like, to me, that contradicts what you're saying.
No. I'm just saying what you were saying is that female-led movies flop and this type of stuff. I get what you're saying, but I'm not necessarily to that point where with movies in general that it has to be that way. I'm saying that, but for this movie, for Black Panther, we got 5 minutes. I got to get this out. Literally, the time says 5 minutes. He was literally counting down. So.
Oh, we got to go back and add more time. This is too much. I got to argue with you.
I think the fact that this is the first black superhero, I think is important. And the fact that a lot of us really honestly discovered Black Panther relatively recently, honestly speaking, I'll just be real, and really understood, wow, he's just as smart as Batman. He's just as creative as or smart as Iron Man. She's got as much tech as Iron Man. And if you come into one Wakanda, you're gonna get messed up. Like I learned that type of stuff recently, and it was so great. And now it's sad that we get a taste of that, really more so in Civil War than we got even in the movie Black Panther. And now all of that could possibly just be gone. Yeah, Shuri was Black Panther for a little while, but I wouldn't want Shuri to take over the role of Black Panther any more so than I would want if Storm ever had a son, for that person to take over the role of Storm. I want Storm to be Storm. Storm is the biggest and perhaps the first Black female superhero. Like she's a major character. I don't want somebody else to come in and be Storm, and no more that I want Shuri to be Black Panther. I'm interested to see what they're going to do here. I will say though, as far as recasting Black Panther or T'Challa, I will say that I do not envy Disney's position in this at all, and I feel bad for them. I really do, because there's no appeasing everybody. Because on one way they tried to go, all right. I mean, because they made this decision right after Chadwick Boseman died, and so they're like, okay, we're not going to recast him, okay, and that's because we want to honor him. And so for a little while, some people were like, okay, yeah, and they have still kept that. But now that things are starting to roll, and say, okay, we're ready to move on. Well, yes, I don't envy Disney in this in all. I really don't. This is a very, very tough decision, for them. Like the decision was made not long after Chadwick Boseman died, and I feel like they felt like they were making the right decision to honor his legacy. That we don't want to replace him. Hey, this is a big character. I mean, a big actor, and we want to do right by that character by not replacing him. And I understand completely. But on the other side of that, if Disney had decided to say, hey, let's go ahead and recast T'Challa, I don't know that things would be any different. Because right now, a lot of people we're going against each other right now. Some people is like, yeah, why didn't they recast him? But other people are like, that would have been dishonorable to recast him. And I think if they had done that, it would have been just the reverse. People would have been like, particularly after the movie came out, if the actor that recast T'Challa with didn't absolutely nail it, like if he wasn't perfect, which would have been nearly impossible to do, people would have been like, man, they should have just left. They should have left his character alone. They could have had Shuri as Black Panther. Oh, Shuri has been Black Panther in the comics. They should have let her do it. So it's definitely a very, very tough issue. I think when it comes to recasting T'Challa, as I'm noticing on Facebook now, there's a lot of people that are starting to get a little heated about the whole thing. I think the first thing that people have to realize is that everybody that has an issue with it, it's very personal and a very emotional thing for them. And so you have to consider their emotions. Like one of the main things that I see is all the time, how could they not recast T'Challa? Or somebody else will say, how could they dishonor, T'Challa like that? How could they dishonor Chadwick Boseman by replacing him? Like you can see people are very passionate about it. So regardless of whatever your argument is, just understand that for somebody else, it's very passionate. And whether you understand where they're coming from or not, that's okay. At least understand that's for them. Where I stand on the issue, I definitely just would have preferred that T'Challa be recast. However, in lieu of the pandemic, because I'm sure this movie would have. No, I guess it was. I think this movie's on schedule, right? With pandemic or not, I think it was set to come out around this time. So probably, if I were Disney, I probably would have said, "Listen, guys, this is a tough thing, and we don't want to make any decisions, right now, as far as that is concerned." Of course, that would have been the wrong thing too. But I think they kind of painted themselves into a box. I would have been okay with as much time that has passed since Endgame, because he passed not long after Endgame, if I'm not mistaken, that at this point, yes, we could have come in and now recast T'Challa. I think that would have been fine. But if they tried to do that, like immediately go, yeah, we're going to look for T'Challa. We're looking for T'Challa. Hey, we're looking for the next member of the band. I think that would have been hard to do. I don't envy them. I guess I would. My preference would have been somehow that there would be a T'Challa, because there's just too much history that's just gonna go away. If T'Challa is not there. Yes, Shuri is great, but I happened to stumble across a video game. It's an Avengers video game, and Black Panther plays a major role in that video game, and it was so cool to see the things he was doing. And even me and you had talked recently about the Avengers TV show, which was amazing. And then you get to the very last season of the show, which is geared towards Black Panther. Like, he's the star, and everybody else revolves around him. And it is so different than the rest of the show, and so amazing. And it's just so unfortunate that all of that could just go away. You know what I mean? So that's how I feel about it. Now I know you're ready to pounce. That's what you've been waiting on this whole time. Let's go. Throw out your claws, sir.
I mean, it's just a lot. I guess what I'm bothered by when I hear people kind of talk this way is they try to play both sides of the fence, but they don't really like it. It made a difference as a black man to see another black man up there doing the things he did. It made a difference for me, just like it makes a difference when a white man sees Superman or Batman. Bruce Wayne died and they just made him a girl. It would completely mess with their psyche. They don't even like the character anymore. They can't see themselves as a female Batman, or Bruce Wayne. Like, so I understand the sentiment of saying, oh, it would, tarnish this legacy or something like that. But now it's like, what else you trying to say? Like, because I know this wouldn't fly with any other character but our character. They would not have never said recast anybody else. In DC, Marvel, boys, whatever. Their characters, Homelander dies, the guy who plays Homelander dies, they're going to find another Homelander. They're going to find another white character to take that role, a white male character to play the role. And I just hear when it's our stuff, we're never going to recast. It's like, why not? Like, I love T'Challa too. I love Chadwick Boseman too. But this was more, and we saw this was more than just a movie to us. This is something we actually finally had something that was us. That was us in all its glory, seeing us as the top. And we don't get that in movie cinema. On TV shows, on movies and books, there's always some oppression type stuff with black people. Always. All the history books, they don't show us anything with us having kingdoms and conquering. They make sure all that's wiped out of all the history books. It's just about us being oppressed. Right. So it's hard for us to see ourselves in this way because we can't even go in the history books and find it. Especially in America, we gotta really look that type of stuff up. And when you look it up and you see some of that stuff on like TikTok and some of these short, you're like, oh wow, we had all this, we had this great man here that controlled all of this nation. Who knew? So I just kind of look at it as like, I really want us to just like stop getting so emotional just about that one particular character. Like, okay, this is more than just Chadwick. This is more than him. And I agree with, I thought Black Panther, I remember when we were discussing, the whole Wakanda thing was the thing about Black Panther. It wasn't just Chadwick, because he was in Civil War. You know? He was in there by himself. And we saw Wakanda.
And we've seen plenty of movies with with black leads with white casts. That wasn't what it was about.
Yeah. So that was like, we got to see them in the fighting pits. We got to see Shuri. We got to hear all the different accents, some of the dance and the culture, the Afrocentric, as I think that's what they call it. Like hearing the colonizers term, colonizers, like all of that, like the dancing, the handshake, all the stuff that makes us great is like we got to see it all in the movie. That's like amazing. Then we got a great villain that had a similar backstory that we are, accustomed to, but have similar goals and things that we can relate to. So it made everything all in one, made it such a great, especially for us. So I'm sad, but then I'm also excited, but then I'm also like, please don't just erase this, guys. Like, we need this, and it can't just be women on there. I'm sorry, it just can't just be women. Like, they can't. Like, we don't have one. You can't say Captain America is our new one. Like, no, we need T'Challa. Like, that was like, where did Sam go get his suit from?
Wakanda.
Wakanda. Where is Rhea, the Ironheart? Where'd she get her suit made at?
Wakanda.
Okay, so Wakanda already plays a big part to the black characters that we have. Basically, any black character in Marvel is connected to Wakanda. Even their comic book, they had basically a Black Avengers team, a whole Endgame series in Wakanda against Killmonger and what do you have? The symbiotes and stuff. So I'm like, to me, it just everything goes perfectly together when they do it right. If they try to do it this side thing, I can't really see this franchise moving forward past this movie. So somehow in this movie, they're gonna have to say goodbye to Chadwick. They're gonna have to have some sort of conflict resolved and have some new lead that's going to lead this franchise to the next couple billions of dollars it's supposed to make.
But you
it's got to do a lot of work.
And you said, but you're saying it can't be Shuri, basically.
No, it can't be Shuri.
Okay.
Shuri's not gonna do that. Shuri is just like in the comic books. Shuri's a stopgap character.
Okay.
She come in, she can help out, she can smooth it down, get everything ready, but somehow we're gonna have to have a stepping off, something to take us to the next level. Okay. By the end of that. So I don't think that she's not gonna. I think she'll have a good role. It's just they're gonna have to have something to move this forward because it can't be nothing. Like, I'm sorry, it can't be nothing. Like, it's not gonna connect.
It's definitely gonna be tough, man, and it's definitely gonna be delicate, because there's a lot of messages, that's in there. Because one thing that you don't want to say is you don't want to, at the same token, build up Shuri, almost like throughout the movie, like, okay, is this the one that's going to become the next Black Panther? And then when she gets up there, it's like, nah, you need to make a dude to do it. Like, if they're going to bring in a man to replace, Chadwick Boseman, it's got to be done in such a way that the female character doesn't get pushed down only because she's female. You know what I mean? Like, it's a really delicate balancing that they have to do. For me, I don't really want Shuri to be Black Panther, but I'm open to it. I'm open to see what Disney might do. It's kind of one of those things. It's like trying to do diet, I guess. I can relate to that. It's like, I really don't want to do that, but I'll give it a chance. I'll be open-minded. I'm not going to not see the movie, but I definitely want to see what's happening. But what I wanted to converse about was what you were saying as far as just women movies in general. I can't agree with you that I agree with you as far as your numbers are concerned, but I can't get behind what we're not going to, just in general, not with Black Panther, that we're not going to push women-led movies simply because they haven't made that money, because that is literally the same argument that somebody had before Black Panther came out. Because Black movies don't make billions of dollars. And Ike Perlmutter, I think is his name, was the head of Marvel for years before Kevin Feige said, it's like, look, you make me head of this or I'm quitting. And Ike Perlmutter did not want to make Captain Marvel and did not want to make Black Panther because he did not think those movies could make money. And Captain Marvel made $1 billion. Now, yes, Captain Marvel also was right in between Endgame and Infinity War. Okay, I get that. But Black Panther made $1 billion on its own. You know what I mean? So to me, I think what Black Panther said is that if you stop putting people as doggone criminals and slaves and everything, and actually empower them and give them a reason to want to see it, they will spend their money. So I can get behind. I would love to see a movie that has, you know, a money behind it. Matter of fact, there's a movie that's coming out pretty soon that I want to make sure that we check out. Woman King, which because that's talking about it's an African woman, and I can't remember who's playing it. Viola Davis. But it's an African woman that's gonna be doing her thing.
Like me.
What you mean? Oh, can't remember stuff. You know,
names.
Because it's another opportunity. If we take advantage of it, it's another opportunity. Just like what we're talking about with Black Panther, to see us not as slaves, but to actually see us as warriors and as soldiers and, you know, kings and queens and all that type of stuff. So I hope people will get behind wanting to see that movie and won't be just like, you know, maybe, you know, because if we don't, it'll be literally proving what Ike Perlmutter said, right? That they won't go see their movies. You know, Black Panther was a fluke, a flash in the pan, you know, but we can. So I'm looking forward, you know, to seeing that. It's gonna be interesting. Who knows? But I think that Namor somewhere in there, I think might be able to distract us enough to make it palatable, whichever way that they go. You know, that him being such a villain, you know, in the name of his people, might allow us to say, all right, well, whoever Black Panther is, we got to figure out that. But most importantly, we got to figure out whose cheeks these are. That is super important. Okay. Hopefully these are not Michael B. Jordan's cheeks. I don't want to be pointing his cheeks like that. What's that?
This is Michael B. Jordan's skinny cheeks. It was before he started training.
Right. All right, man. You got anything else you want to say about this one?
Saturday morning.